Relentless rain, brutal headwinds and broken spokes. Between New Zealand's wild west coast and the biggest mountains I'd seen so far, I battled wind and rain, strangers became lifelines, and at one point I wasn't even sure if I was going to make it to the next town. I'm Will, by the way. I flew over from the UK to cycle the entire length of New Zealand, and this is my 327-mile journey from Greymouth to Wanaka, where everything started to get just that little bit more epic. Greymouth to Hokitika was just over 100 kilometres. The first 15 kilometres or so, I hugged the coastline before darting inland towards Kumara, where the trail started to get hillier and rougher. Bro, you're seriously tame. You're seriously tame. I'm going to pretend you're a kiwi, because I haven't seen one just yet. Is it tame or stupid? I'm not sure. Woo. 92 k's into the Wilderness West Coast Trail in Southland, or in the South Island of New Zealand. It's been amazing. I've seen a lot of mining heritage. I've seen some gravel. I've seen some single track. The weather's been pretty varied. We've been in and out of the bush. We're now on some pretty cool trails. Yeah, just past the 92k mark now, so we're about 7k's from Hokitika. We're going to try and find a pub and try and get some palmy scran. We rolled into Hokitika around 8 PM, where I devoured yet another palmy and a banoffee pie. We then set off in the dark to a campsite just out of town in the rain. About 25mm of rain fell overnight. Woohoo! The older chap you see there is called Power, 58 years old and from West Auckland. I first bumped into him in Arapuni in the North Island and kept crossing paths with him ever since. Him, Finn and I rolled the rest of the way to Franz Josef, where we promptly got a large Thai meal. I slept very well in the Franz Josef dorm room, which was a treat after being damp for the previous day. The plan was to have a rest day, and I felt smug given that I woke up to heavy rain yet again.
See you, man.
Bye. Finn headed off up the road, as did Power. That was the last time I'd see them both on the trip. So I'm having a rest day today. I've just finished stage 29 yesterday, which ended in Franz Josef. So I've had a pretty chilled day. Said goodbye to Finn, who's gone up the road today towards Harst. And then I had a coffee and a warmed chocolate muffin. Did some laundry, and then I'm just wandering up this trail, which goes to a place called Calorie Gorge. So pretty cool scenery. Lots of rainforest. It rains an awful lot here. Something like 5,100mm of rain, which is about 8 times more than London gets every year. So an exceedingly wet part of the country. Righty-ho, sports fans. I'm back on the bike after 2 days in Franz Josef. I I just chilled out. I went to a Kiwi sanctuary, ate out a couple of restaurants, and the notable thing that I did was to go skydiving. The slot was at 10 AM, but because of the weather being a bit rainy, because we're on the west coast of the South Island, it was pushed back to 12, and then it was pushed back again till 2. And I was like, right, if it's gonna be pushed back again, I'll just crack on because I need to just get the K's in. But fortunately, the skies became less overcast, and so I went skydiving. Absolutely mental. I think I'm still pinging off it, to be honest. Like, my heart was just like beating so fast, and you've got no real frame of reference. Like, you know, you've never hurtled towards the earth before with someone strapped to your back. But absolutely buzzing to do some adrenaline stuff in New Zealand. So we're about 30 miles south of Franz Josef, headed over those 3 lumps, descended into Fox Glacier, which is a small little township, and then I went up about a 4k detour to get to a good viewing point of the glacier, which was unbelievable. It's a shame it's receded quite a lot over the last 40-50 years or so, but it was amazing to see the deep blue ice that's formed over, oh, I guess hundreds of years, thousands of years. So that was awesome. Got a few pictures, and now I'm just cruising towards Pine Grove Motel, where I'm going to spend the night. I'm going to catch up with George, who's another TA rider who set out from Franz Josef this morning. So it's been nice to catch up to him, and then hopefully we can then get towards Haast tomorrow. I reached Pine Grove and reconvened with George. We pooled resources and cooked ourselves up something carb heavy before the next day's riding. George was right. The headwind was disgusting, and it continued unabated until we reached Haast and turned eastward. Even though my legs had freshened up somewhat with the recent rest day, I was still having to pedal hard on the flat. I was getting throwback to 90 Mile Beach from a month prior. Big mountains, having gone through Haast. 45 kilometers to go before the dock campsite.
Going up on your left. Cameras saying hello to each other.
About 5 kilometres before camp, disaster struck. I broke yet another spoke, and now the wheel was heavily misaligned and unrideable, especially with my mudguards with little clearance. I ended up hitching a ride with a lovely couple from Washington State in the US, who were, by chance, heading to the same campsite as we were. George rolled in on his own steam. The following morning, I took my mudguard off and handed my panniers to Kim and Fletcher, who kindly carried it to our planned campsite in Wanaka that evening. It was then time to ascend Haast Pass, which snaked its way up the valley. This was a Category 2 climb with 1,500 feet of elevation gain.
Wait, what? Forwards?
No, he was joking.
I was like, there's no way I'm going back around. So, 82 kilometres to the next bike shop. Reckon you can hold on in there?
Hang on there I must. The plan was to ride very smoothly to keep as little stress on my rear wheel as possible. It was very wobbly and I had to make sure I could get to Wanaka without any more roadside assistance.
Stunning. The baggageless bike.
We've just descended the Haast Pass, which gets up to about 550 metres, and descended for about 10k or so. Just having a little stop here by this river. The water is unbelievably clear, like it looks like a bloody swimming pool in the Mediterranean or something. Super pretty. So just cruising past Lake Howier, which is about 45 k's out of Wanaka, which is where we're aiming for today. I've got the missing spoke on my rear wheel, which is a bit annoying, but we're trying to make the best of it. I've taken the mudguard off and my rear panniers off and kindly given them to Fletcher and Kim from Washington State, who are going to carry it to Wanaka for me. So just in the process of limping over, but enjoying this lovely scenery in the meantime. Absolutely stunning. I rolled the final 10 miles on Highway 6 and I was reunited with my trusty panniers at the campsite in Wanaka. Wanaka is an absolutely beautiful place nestled in the mountains. After we'd pitched up, George and I went for a curry and tried to rest up before the grand finale of the Tour Aotearoa, crossing the mighty Crown Range and heading into Southland.